Alright, so welcome to the video today, guys. We're going to talk about our hunt for the best RV for a family and the top 10 things we were looking for in our RV.
Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah. And it's so good, I won't even worry anymore. Took all my cares, still can kick them all out the door. Go on and try, come and tell me what you're waiting for. Move and keep them going till your life is overflowing, yeah.
So, let's start.
I didn't wear that hoodie.
Molly's dressed differently today. Give her a round of applause. Alright guys, so we'll start with
an interruption.
Son interrupting.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't remember where we left off.
We said we were on the hunt for the best RV for a family.
And so here are the top 10 things that we felt were ideal that we were looking for in an RV for a family of 5. This is Nick, our 6-year-old. Alright.
Number one.
Under
40 feet long.
Under 40 feet long. We thought that it'd be important that it not be too long because we do like to go to some state parks. We know that being 37 feet is not going to get you in a lot of them, but even
not 37.
Or 35, but it's technically 36 and a half.
But it's listed as 35, so that's what I would tell them.
Yes. So we can kind of squeeze into smaller spaces, and that was important for us, so we didn't get limited by that. We saw some awesome 40, 42, 44 feet. Also felt like it'd be easier to drive a little bit smaller. So.
Yeah, and I felt like with 3 kids we didn't need to go bigger.
Yeah, if you have 5 kids, then I would say you don't have a choice. You need more space. So we only have 3, and that's where we're stopping.
As far as I know. That's all we have.
As far as you know, is there like a concern about something that you want to share with our viewers? Here's number 2. So, ideal number 2 for RV was we wanted it to be able to pull
a Jeep,
a vehicle of some sort, preferably a Jeep, which meant 5,000 to 6,000 pounds towing capacity. So we thought that would probably mean that it would likely need to be a diesel, which either meant we were going to go Super C or Class A diesel pusher, most likely 340 horsepower or higher.
What he said. Number 3 was really, really important, and
one of the biggest factors, and
actually cut out a lot of choices.
Yeah, definitely.
For us, we wanted a drop-down bunk over the passenger and driver's seat. Like, that was non-negotiable for us.
We knew the master bedroom was going to be in the far back, so we wanted to have at least one. I think originally I thought 2 kids up there, but it did end up working out that we have Ben that sleeps over the cab.
So I've been working on my bed. It's kind of been a little hard, but I think it looks pretty nice.
But ultimately, yeah, we thought that would be ideal to have. I was thinking originally we'd have 2 of the kids over the cab, which would only put 1 kid close to us in the bedroom. That would give us some separation. It's not how it's actually worked out, but it still is necessary. I think it was necessary for us to have that without converting. The big factor there was...
you can convert the couch or dinette, but I just wanted simple and easy. And so with the overhead bunk, there's a curtain, and with the boys in their bunks with curtains, Ben is usually our first one up.
Subscribe, like, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you hit it like 1,000 times.
Out of the kids. And so that made the most sense to put him out here. But even if Tyler or Nick woke up, or Matt or myself got up and all the kids were still sleeping, we can sit down, we could eat breakfast, we could do what we needed to do out here without disturbing a sleeping child.
Yeah,
which was really important.
Yeah. Number 4.
Room separation.
And this was also another one that was hard. There was a couple that like had I'll talk about the different options in a minute, but there's some that had bunks, but there wasn't really good separation in the way that they were separated. So room separation was really good, are really important for us, so that the kids could kind of go into their space, pull a curtain, and be in their own world if they wanted to. Even though it's not a big world, they could at least have that separation.
They could have a space to call their own.
Yeah, space to call their own, decorate, put their certain toys,
Keep
stuffed
their
animals.
like knickknacks and little souvenirs that they collect along the way. And
I got a bear and a moose up here, 2 sled dogs, the owl and my sled dog. I have one more. It's probably gonna go down here.
just have a space, like if you're getting bugged by a sibling, then they can go and put their curtain up and chill.
Yeah. So those two kind of go together, obviously, but that's number 4 is room separation. And also a door that obviously shut from ours. And we did like about the Pacero that it actually has basically between the living room and the bedroom. So if I am back there working, really we have 2 doors that close completely. So if people are in here in the living area, there really is quite a bit of separation. It's what
It minimizes the noise.
minimizes noise quite a bit, surprisingly. Number 5. Number 5.
Looks good. So we like clean, modern design.
We always had an Airstream before. If you haven't watched any of our videos, you can go, I'll put a video link up here of all of our videos and our whole world as we started in an Airstream. We're not able to find something that really had those clean, kind of modern, contemporary colors in the Class A like we wanted. There were some Class Bs that did, and I think it's Class C. Winnebago's got a couple that are really, really sweet looking, but I think they're Class Bs. They just weren't big enough, that really are pretty modern and clean. But
No, it was a Class A. A Brave? No.
No, you're right. Sorry. Winnebago has another brand that does have a really clean look. I'll see if I can show you a picture of that. But also, the Brave. We did like the Brave when we looked at that. So we're ultimately...
So we wanted something that looks good, and I'm sure you've heard me say in other videos, this was the least ugly one.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, ultimately we would love to have shaker-style cabinets. We'd love to have white cabinets. We'd love to have countertops that are very clean lines. For us, we like that clean, just simple looking, backsplash that's maybe like a subway tiles that are just simple stuff. This is better than a lot, but you can still see, I mean, it's wallpaper that's kind of got a gold texture to it. It's just not all our style.
It's not horrible.
But out of all of them, this was definitely hands down one of those that had
They tried to give an updated look.
Even the wood wasn't that natural honey color wood or a cherry wood. It was more of a neutral brown that had just a more modern feel. It's not modern. I mean, there's some modernness to the backsplash, but it was basically the best we could find for in this range. So we know that a lot of people that buy these RVs are in a slightly older age group, and a lot of those people tend to prefer the natural wood colors. So we get that RV dealers are catering to their target market, which is probably not us, and so we're okay with that. We get that, and maybe one day we'll do a overhaul on this thing. We'll see.
You kind of said numbers.
Oh, I did, which was the wood and the floors. So this was huge. Like, it was really hard to find one that we liked. The cabinets,
the floors are actually
and the flooring. We like the flooring.
Best, yeah.
We
like,
love
we
the
really
flooring.
It.
It's kind of a gray wood. I mean, it's not wood. I'm sure it's some sort of fake material, vinyl or laminate. But it's gray. It looks cool. We like that, and so that really
It really does good with the dirt and dust and all the other stuff.
And it's not shiny, marbly tile looking like some of the Tiffins are beautiful coaches if you like that style. They're really well built, but they're very shiny, and it just wasn't our style. And I've heard great things about Tiffin, and would encourage you to look at one. And maybe it will be your style, but it wasn't ours. So number 7
you
was
covered 2. Well, kind of. Oh, flooring, like little to no carpet. So the only carpet we really have is right here under the dinette, and
it's a real tight woven carpet. It's like almost a Berber style.
Because our kids are really good about taking their shoes off when they come in the night bus, this really doesn't.
Our kids are really good about taking their shoes off.
I have my shoes too, but But the kids are really good, and we have a handheld vac.
Yeah, we use a Dyson vac to vacuum all the time. That's nice.
And the kids, after they eat, if they've made crumbs, they can just get down there and vacuum it up, and we haven't really...
Yeah. So it was very hard. It's surprisingly hard to find coaches that didn't have carpet. And
a lot of masters seem to have
some
carpet.
of the masters had carpet, and a lot of the Super Cs, which are awesome, but they had carpet, and some of it was ugly carpet, like seriously ugly carpet.
And like we saw carpet up by the stairs right when you come in.
Yeah, the
Thor
Palazzo had carpet right at the door. And I mean, you could replace that stuff pretty easily, so if that was the only thing, I'm sure that wouldn't have been. But for us, we also didn't want too many things that we were going to change. So carpet's definitely something that... now, there is a downfall to not having the carpet.
The floor gets really cold?
No. Stuff can slide up underneath. So we have had, like, Legos and stuff slide up underneath.
Oh, but
there.
they usually resurface, right?
Number 8.
My favorite.
Go ahead.
The washer and dryer. And I really like the combo. Like, a lot like the combo.
So there were quite a few models that did have washer and dryer options. Like the JCSnHE had one. And I think the Dynamax also had an option for it. Quite a few of them did. But this one had it in the perfect spot. It's right there in the bedroom. It's very easy to access. And it's combo. It's not a washer and a dryer, or a washer or dryer. It's combo. It's a splendid, and it's vented, which we've heard is huge. The ones that are really, really problematic are the ones that are non-vented. And so we didn't know that, but we've been running that thing for a while now.
I do, if we have full hookups, which we haven't this week, but when I do, I run a load at least every day. Yeah.
And we've had no problems with it. It's probably time to get in there and clean out the vent. But
which I'll let him do.
It works great. So that we're glad we made that choice. We had everybody tell us that.
Except Marissa from Less Junk More Journey said she really liked hers when they were in the Class A.
Yeah. So thanks, Marissa. Okay, next one, number 9. Number 9 ideal thing we were looking for was something that was big enough to fit all of us so we could eat in the same room. So we found some that had like furniture here, furniture there, but to eat in the same room was really important. And a couple of the models that we really liked really didn't have that, like the Thor Outlaw.
Yeah.
Would have been tough to get us all kind of in the same room eating. Whereas here we have the dinette. We can technically all crowd around the dinette. It gets a little tight when you have like your own plates and food.
We usually put 4 here, and then we have a little table.
We have a little table.
So someone can sit on the couch, and the kids actually like to sit over there.
Yeah, and it works really good. So. And number 10 of the hunt for the best RV is the exterior. We wanted the exterior to look good too. We know this is probably superficial, but we're coming from an Airstream.
The typical brown.
And there was so many RVs that are brown.
I actually wish they were just like all white or all black.
Yeah,
like really simple.
Solid colors. I get that shows streaks, scratches, all that stuff more, which is probably why they don't do that.
We'll just Kevlar them.
If you don't know what that means, wait for our Jeep post. But anyways, so we were excited. I think when we saw the blue color,
least ugly for me.
I think it actually looks pretty cool. I mean, I could maybe see a more two-tone or simple looking one. That Brave, we saw a guy in a Brave the other day that looked sick. It was awesome. It was just old school. The Brave, they did a good job on those, but ultimately, it's very hard to find an RV that's a Class A. It took us a little while to kind of digest that and get okay with that, but as far as, do we want to do a paint job on it or not, but I think the best choice we could have found was one that was Cowboys colors, which was actually key number 11. I said this is top 10, but this is a top 11, being 11 being
it was really close
Dallas Cowboys colors.
To the night bus colors, which the night bus is purple in Harry Potter, so this is like a bluish.
I'm glad it's not purple. I'm glad that it's not purple. So anyways, those are the top 10. Now I want to take a real quick rundown, and we're going to share with you some of the other things that we also have learned in the shopping experience to help you with shopping for your own RV, especially if you're a family. So other must-haves were things like we wanted 2 ACs. We want to have a large LP tank so that if we're off the grid that we could, have plenty of heat. And at least a 6,000 watt generator. Most of them at this size were going to be higher than that. Some preferences that we started to get, interested in was the air ride that usually only comes with a diesel because of the smoothness of the ride. Now, I've not driven a Class A coach that is a gas, but I just hear that the banging is worse.
Do you remember when we got the night bus, some stuff fixed on it the first time? They said some of our airbags weren't inflating.
Yeah.
Well, and we could tell a difference.
Yeah, we could tell a big difference. So, so definitely glad.
The air ride is really nice.
The air ride, I feel like, is really nice, especially when we're not towing anything. It seems like it pulls it down a little bit when we're towing, but when we're not towing, man, it's really a nice ride.
Which is not that often.
Not that often when we're not towing, but occasionally. Tank sizes became important, like how big is the fresh tank, black tank, gray tank. We did sacrifice a little bit. That was the one thing that we did sacrifice a little bit more than what I preferred. But I think we're making it work, and it's not too bad. A couple things that weren't a factor for us, but might have been things that you want to consider. Do you want to talk about these?
Oh, super small, so it could fit in all the state parks.
Yeah, so if you are really, really, you want to be in state parks, all of them fit in any of them.
I would go
usually,
at least 30 or...
Yeah, you got to be below 30. So we knew that we were not going to. We were okay with that sacrifice. I know that, some of our other friends out there, that's a huge thing for them, and that's why they went smaller. Price is another thing that wasn't as big of a factor for us. I don't want to pretend like we have all the money in the world, but we definitely... We're okay spending some money on this, and so.
But within reason.
Yeah, I mean we weren't.
We're not going to go.
We're going to go buy $1 million. We looked at it; it was fun. You can check out the video here, but
it didn't pass all our qualifications.
Yeah, honestly, it didn't look. I actually like the way this looks better, but
yeah.
And the layout and everything. So, anyways, but we didn't want $1 million coach, and so we were trying. We kind of had a sweet spot where we thought would make sense, and this was actually kind of right in the middle of our sweet spot. It wasn't the highest that we were willing to spend. It wasn't the lowest, and so we felt like we got a good deal. Actually, it was really pretty good. Once we decided diesel, we knew we were gonna have to be over 150, and
he fell asleep. Matt kind of does that sometimes.
So cute. So also bikes, not a lot of room for bikes here. We could always tow them behind or put like a mounting rack on the Jeep or whatever, but we don't have great storage for bikes. If you had foldable bikes, they might work, but I don't know that we could get like a solid mountain bike in here without removing handlebars. So if that's important for you, that would be something to think about. Maybe you could. Maybe if you had one of those bays totally dedicated bikes, you maybe could. Maybe 2, but definitely not 5.
I'll do the next one. Okay, we pull up the next one. Automatic everything. It wasn't a factor.
Everything to be automatic.
What's not automatic?
Well, like all the buttons and the whistles.
Oh, I'll go help him and I can keep talking.
A lot of people may want, all sorts of bells and whistles and stuff, like a lot of the high-end stuff. We were okay with, not everything is totally automatic. We have to get up to, control certain functions. I do love that they're adding more and more to these coaches. Thor seems to be doing this, where they're putting controls like near the bed that can control all sorts of things. You want to give me a hug, bud? I love you. We're okay with not having automatic everything. So another thing was a lot of people really prefer to have 2 bathrooms, which I have to admit would be nice. And the more the more that we're in this world, I could see times where, man, that would be really nice. But I don't know that space taking up with a bathroom would be worth the sacrifice. If we were okay going larger, 40 or 42, then I could see having 2 baths being really nice. But for us, it's not a good use of space. We'd rather have the storage space versus not. Hopefully that gives you an idea of some things to be thinking about when it comes to you buying a coach for your family. In our next video, we're going to go through each of the coaches that we looked at and why they didn't all fit the top 10 ideals and why we ended up choosing the coach that we chose. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you know anybody else looking to buy an RV or a family looking to get on the road. and keep streaming freedom.
Peace out.
Subscribe, like, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you hit it like 1,000 times. Stay with us. Stay on the adventure. Subscribe, like, and if you want to see more videos, if you want more videos, try to hit that like button as all our videos. It's okay if you don't, but if you do, that would be amazing. Hit more like buttons, more subscribe, then we'll make more videos. Like to see you guys later. Goodbye.
I don't have gum this time, guys. I have Tic Tac.
Did it record?
Probably not.
All right. Recording.
My breath is fresh.
Your breath is fresh. Good for you guys. All right.